No. Or is he? Hey everyone, Egman here with another fun discussion video. I know you guys love when I do like these clickbait titles and such.
Wait, what the hell am I even watching? Here you go, Egman.
But anyways, we've got so why am I making this video? Why am I doing this thing where like, oh look, this card's just like this other card, it's really good, is it bad for the game? I kind of most of the reasons because like I've been already seeing Facebook posts like, oh, Shenron should be banned because he's so good and stuff like that, and I don't know. One, it just makes me mad, and two, I just kind of want to talk about it, and maybe, I don't doubt like there's some merit to the the Shenron's New Ss3, and I just kind of wanted to give some evidence, compare and contrast the two, and let people make their own decisions. Okay, so three kind of bullet points of like why what I think makes Ss3, or like some qualities that are comparable to Ss3, is that the leader is popular and strong. Kind of two things, like not only is he strong, but like a lot of people are willing to play him, right? They're like, compared to other games, there are decks that are strong, but people don't like to play them, or they're not, they like have a really high skill cap or something like that, or just like a really expensive deck. So that is a one point to make. The other one is it just supports a lot of different archetypes. I think that's something that Ss3 was really unique for. It kind of had the slogan of, oh, does this archetype, is Ss3 a better leader for this archetype than the actual archetype leader, right? And so it gives people a lot of options, like do they compare, like is the benefits of Shenron better than the benefits of my own leader and stuff like that. And so I think that's another point to consider. And then lastly, a little counterplay. Kind of Ss3 had not a lot of counterplay to its abilities and stuff, being able to ramp up to energy a lot faster than your opponent for free, and then also being able to awaken a lot earlier was very strong for the deck. There was counterplay to Ss3. There was like the Mass Saiyan that we had, and then additionally, if it didn't get banned, there were a lot of things that would have helped it or would have helped counter energy, like the new Dende and stuff. So that is the other thing to consider. So let's go over here to DBS decks, hashtag not sponsored. But part of the reason this video kind of ran to my radar, so I'm like, okay, Pan, 25 SS or Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Son Goku is at like 25, and then there was Super 17, Gogeta 29, Pilaf, so Gohan, Sorbet, Android 17 at 48, Janemba at 50, and then Blomp. We've got Dragon Ball leader as 166 decks made, and I think it's like the last 24 hours or so. I'm not sure what the rate are, but saying that he's got pretty much, yeah, almost half of the top 5 trending leaders right now are Dragon Ball leaders, and so that's a really already a like, that's weird. This deck is like 3 times more popular than the second trending leader at the moment. That probably means something, right? So that's something good. And then so that's something that goes back to, is it popular or is it strong? And this definitely is really popular. And back to, I don't know how strong it is because we haven't seen a lot of it, but the popularity is definitely there. And I think part of the reason of that is the fact that it's one of the new star decks, and it's definitely like the figurehead of wish leaders. And to be honest, I think it's the best wish leader of the 5. I think Gohan is pretty good, and Frieza's pretty good. I think Pilaf and Pilaf are bad. I don't think those ones do much, especially because those two need. I think the Frieza as well, but they need you to attack with a battle card, and so you have to already spend 1 to get 1 Dragon Ball, whereas Shenron is just like, oh, you want to awaken on turn 2? No problem. Just find 3 extra balls, and that's not really hard. So I think Shenron is super good. awakening, and something that really lacks with a lot of wish leaders, like being if you can't awaken on the defensive very easily, just because you aren't able to get like a mana or draw swing when you're getting, you know, aggroed. It's just, oh, they're a 10k and they've got 6 Dragon Balls in the drop, but they don't have a 7th ball, so I can just go in against this 10k leader and see if I can win. So it really benefits aggro leaders in that way. Whereas Dragon Balls can they can usually get awaken on turn 2 at the cost of not being able to attack, which is a cost, by the way. It is something that isn't just like, oh, I can attack, but for though some archetypes don't care about attacking your opponent, such as Victory Strike. So there's my thoughts on that. The second point was supports a lot of different archetypes. So I just went to the deck list and I just popped the top 5 quickest Dragon Ball, like the top 5 newest Dragon Ball leader decks, and we've got a Boo Shenron, we've got a Universe 9 Shenron, we've got a Swap Shenron, we've got a Gogeta Shenron, and we've got a Universe 11 Shenron. And so these are all just, I just picked the top 5. I didn't pick ones that were new at the time or anything like that. I just literally picked these 5. And so, and also, sorry if this is your deck, but you also put on the online to see, so not sorry, but just there were literally no overlap, so that's also like a two-sided coin, right? It's really, really cool that you're seeing a lot of different archetypes, and the fact that the worst case could be there's one Shenron deck with one build and everyone's playing that, and to be honest, it would be like, who is able to OTK their opponent first? And that's kind of what Shenron does, right? It makes decks that have okay synergy, they make them have a win condition. I think a lot of decks were missing a win condition a lot of the time. They wouldn't be able to put enough pressure. They'd just be able to do some cool synergy. But like, yeah, because you could just be, oh, do you want a triple strike, triple attack Boo that also would have restood anyways, so you can just get so many attacks in. So if they don't have like Nimbus or like Mafuba or like Time Magic or something, you're screwed. And that's kind of like the thing in general, right? Like don't get countered, and that's okay because a lot of decks can run Nimbus anyways. Especially since Personal Ambition is like the secretly best desire, like one of the best non like Child Wish and what's the other one? War Peace. Just because it's worst case, it replaces itself, right? And then additionally, if you use Shenron's ability, like Desire ability, you get a free untap, which is super strong. And then also it's yellow, so you're able to have Bad Ring or Flying Nimbus support. So that's really, really good. Yeah, so like I've seen a lot of Universe 9 dogs, and just, I don't know why this guy's running Victory Strike. I guess you get to 8 energy, but still. Swap is really good, especially like think of any good beater that can come out on like turn 4 or 5 and say, would I win more if I gave it 3 more attacks, right? And then yes, yes you do. So this guy gets he already has dual attack, so you give dual attack and then triple attack to it, and then you have 4 attacks coming in with 35k, and is he triple strike, right? So that's 12 damage you're able to deal out. That's game and a half. So, and then your opponent's kind of scrapped for resources. Gogeta I've been seeing a lot of, just because you can, once again, it's a deflect triple strike that you can give triple attack, and that's really strong. And then worst case, you can just put the secret rare on top of it after that. So very strong there. And then Universe 11, this guy, this one I think is a really cool build. So you have to get to turn 6, which I think is the biggest thing for this deck. But just the Universe Strongest Yearn is just, if you give this thing triple attack, it's really good because you can't negate, you can't deflect, you can't and you can rarely out combo it, right? Because it'd be a 50k triple strike quads, or triple attack quad strike, right? That's just insane. You finish it with 2 attacks and they can't negate no matter what, or activate blockers, so they have to out combo you twice out of a base of 50k, which is just absurd. So and with, presumably they have all 8 cards in their life still, so they're not they don't have resources a lot in there too. Especially the first attack, they probably won't be able to activate super combos at 100%, right? So very, very powerful stuff. And so that kind of bridges to the third point, little counterplay. And so, like, once again, if someone drops a triple attack Jiren Universe Strongest on you, what are you going to do? You literally can't do anything besides to have a hope to outcombo them, which is very, I'll say, optimistic. If you give, Gogeta's triple attack, oh, you already reset their hand to 3. It's a 40k triple strike already, and just stupid. Or even like giving at all costs Vegeta triple strike. It's already a triple attack, and then like at least what 5 times 3, so 15. It's like at least a 35k or 45k triple strike off the bat with 4 energy or 5 energy, and that's once again super strong there. We already talked about Height of Mastery. I don't know why it's in here, but Victory Strike, just being able to stall your opponent at 8 life for the entire game and be like, oh, by the way, I'm going to have a 55k base Victory Strike triple attack coming at you, and I hope that you have 3 negates and blockers to handle it, but that's really stupid. And we also kind of talked about Ultimate Evil Majin Buu, right? Just being able to give this a triple strike, triple attack is really good. But it's not even it's not even like your boss monsters that you can win with. You can still have chances with I don't know. I forgot what the trio of dangers do. Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for example, this true attack Basil, like being able to just give this, it already has dual attack, so then you give it another, 2 attacks with a plus 10k. You have a 25k beater coming out trying to win, or even some really stupid examples are just like Kaba, where let's see, yeah. So like these, these 1 attack beaters, and there's counterplay to like the new Crisis Crusher Goku, is that his name? But when this card attacks, you may choose 1 card in your life at your hand. If you use this game's plus 10k power and double strike for the duration of the turn. So you can be like, oh, I also give this triple strike. So the first attack is a 25k double strike, and then the second attack is a 35k double strike, and the fourth attack is a 45k double strike, and each time you get more life, so you get a draw card, and it's just a lot of pressure for just a 1 energy card, right? That is really powerful, and I don't and there's not a lot of counterplay. Of course, if you just play a lot of negates, there's some counterplay, but in the best case, there's not a lot of counterplay to Shenron himself, right? Being able to awaken on turn 2, or worst case turn 3, there is almost nothing I can feel like you can do to stop your opponent from wishing, right? I think it is somewhat balanced on the all the wish leaders have their third like super strong effect that you better win the game with. But that's the point, right? Like there are so many cards, like all these abilities are like, here's a super duper boost, swing of tempo and energy and power, and then if you don't win, then you lose. But like that's the thing, right? Like there is no bad things if you win with it, and I think that's sometimes a lot of people don't understand, or like a lot of people fall into this trap of balancing a card. Like, oh, I'll give a really good effect, but to balance it out, I'll give a really bad effect afterward, like a really big cost. And if the cost and the thing is, if the really good effect wins you the game, then it doesn't have a bad cost, right? Because you don't have to pay it because you win, and then it's just really powerful on that side. And so, and that's kind of how I feel like what Shenron is. Like a lot of people, like being able to win the game with his wish ability is a possibility, and probably what happens a majority of the time, right? You don't go in unless you are certain you're going to win, or you have no other choice but to go in because you don't think you're going to win any other way. And then if you do, like, oh good, you actually you made the right play, and your opponent can't do anything, and it feels bad. I think that's the number one feeling, is it feels bad to say, oh, they triple attacked me and I couldn't get over that and I lost, and then they didn't have to pay the cost for it. And so I understand why some people can be a little bit uncomfortable or just not 100% happy with Shenron, just because it doesn't feel good to lose to it, and I understand that. But I'm not sure. I'm trying to wrap all this up. The things to take away for this is I believe that there are a lot of points that Shenron that made SS3 strong that Shenron shares. At this point, I don't think it's a bad thing, especially since we've still yet to see an actual tournament with him, with Nationals next week. So I think that will be a very big proving ground to see how good is Shenron, is it the best deck, and is there counterplay. We'll be able to see, like, oh, this guy got to triple attack, a triple attack victory strike, and the other opponent couldn't do anything because there isn't anything to do, or is it, oh, your opponent, you let your opponent get a really big triple attack victory strike come out, and then you didn't have any counterplay, right? There is always a chance, and I think the biggest thing that stops this leader is negates. Of course, there's battering lasers to stop that, but not every deck can run battering laser, especially like of these three. All right, I'd say Universe 11, and Swap can do it, but like Gogeta, they really have to tech into it. The dogs could, and then also this deck looks like it's pretty conservative in being able to, but I haven't played this deck, so I have no idea. But yeah, it's something that your opponent has to do, right? And being able to tech in battering laser is a choice, and it means that you're losing other matchups that's not important to. So it's a whole big like yin of yang, or like rock paper scissors of who's countering who and how much that's important. But I think there is ways around Shenron at the moment. I don't think it's too powerful to be oppressive. I think it's really cool that it's kind of reawakening all these old archetypes that a lot of people love. And I think my favorite thing in card games is having new cards come out and be like, oh, dusting off an old card and saying, oh, I can play this card again. I remember having fun with it before. Let's see if I can still have fun with it. So I think that will wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments, any concerns, any insight of why you do or do not like Shenron, if you think it's a problem yet or not, or what you would need to see for it to be a problem, please let me know. Put a comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.